This is the full audio of the civil case of Christian King Combs versus Grace O'Marcaigh. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. So on December 28th, Grace says she was working the night shift from 6 p.m. to 6 a.m. Grace says there was a significant amount of partying and substances, which caused the guests to stay up throughout the night. The makeup of the yacht went from being Sean Diddy Combs and his family to suspected ex-workers and other A-list celebrities. Grace says that Christian Combs brought his own tequila bottles onto the yacht. And so I'm personally suspecting Christian may have already pre-mixed some substance into these tequila bottles that he brought on. Christian Combs was recording that night with producer Little Rod, and when Christian entered the studio and saw Grace, he immediately ordered those tequila shots be poured from a bottle that he brought onto the yacht. And here's where it gets weird. Christian Combs started to play Cassie's Me and You in the background. Cassie was an artist under Sean Diddy Combs and was his former love interest who just settled a $30 million civil lawsuit against Diddy for SA and putting his paws on her. Grace started to become concerned when Christian insisted that she take shots of tequila with him from the bottle that he brought onto the yacht. So the lawsuit says she felt like she was under pressure and wanted to be polite, so she went along with it. She said she felt safe doing it because she saw other crew members, including the captain, do it earlier for the Black Santa video. She thought she would do a shot and he would let her return to work. But things took a turn for the worst. After doing a shot, Christian insisted that Grace stay chatting beside him. She started to become scared when the effects of the tequila came on strong and started to suspect that the tequila was spiked. And that's when he began to SA her. But luckily for the plaintiff, Little Rod was in the studio recording everything. And this is the full transcript of both recordings. So recording 1, Christian, yo, it's shot o'clock. Grace, no, I'm not doing shots, Christian. Christian, everybody, we gotta take a shot. And the audio ends. So audio 2. Grace, I'll just put the ledge. Christian, no. Take the whole thing. Grace, no, you will take it as well. Christian, take the whole shot. Grace, I'm only doing it as long as you take it as well. Christian, I ain't gonna lie, I'm not taking nothing. Please take the shot. Grace, you are drugging me? Christian, take the shot. Hey yo, play another beat one time because... And then it says, Cassie, Me and You starts to play. Wow. Grace, this is not an offer. Christian, you said what? Grace, I can't. I'm swapping out. I can't do it. I'm sorry, darling. Christian, now we need you. Grace, I'm going to stop. Stop. I have to go. Honestly, I'm like already losing sleep. I have to go now. Christian, you're the best one on the ship though. Grace, what do you mean? Christian, who's going to replace you? Grace, who's going to replace me? Christian, F that. That's going to be trash though. You feel me? Grace, excuse me, you don't touch my legs like that. I'll move my legs where I want to. If I want to do this, then I will. You don't touch my legs like that. Christian, listen, you and everybody in the crew, it's great. Grace, I can't. I have to go down. Christian, no, you tell me, listen. Grace, what? Christian, like you say, you're vibing with me the whole time. Grace, I can't. I promise you. I wish I could, but I can't. Unless I say you guys requested me. Christian, yes. Who can I talk to right now? Who can I talk to? I'm gonna say I request you right now. Grace, well, you can take your hand off my A word for the first thing. And that's the audio transcript. Grace says that she said she needed to be requested because she knew there wasn't another crew member on board that could fulfill the request. So it was her way to get out of the situation because she knew that the request would not go through. And it sounds like Christian was not taking no for an answer based on these transcripts. And him not wanting to take a shot with her sounds to me like there were substances in the shot that weren't supposed to be there, because he wanted to be conscious and he wanted her unconscious. NBC also says that they heard what sounded like kissing noises in the audio clips. So if this audio is true, it sounds pretty clear that she was resisting as he was trying to force himself on her. I mean, she kept saying no. So Grace temporarily resumed her duties until Christian allegedly approached her later in the night and continued to touch her. She said he took off all his clothes and that his blank was blank and made her perform on him. I guess brains. So not long after that, Grace's partner on board entered the room Christian was cornering her in, and that startled Christian and she was able to leave. Grace, in her lawsuit, provided images of her body after the incident. And yes, those definitely look like hand marks that grabbed her, almost to sort of keep her in place or prevent her from getting away. I mean, this must have been terrifying for her because there was only one other staff member on board along with the captain. And speaking of the captain, it says here, shortly after Captain Milkov received a generous tip from Sean Diddy Combs, in order to keep Captain Milkov quiet and keep him from protecting plaintiff or taking action on her behalf. So it sounds like Diddy was the one who gave the hush money, sort of like a cover-up. And Lil Rod alleged that in his suit that Diddy covered up an entire shooting for one of his kids. Allegedly. The lawsuit goes on to name other instances that happen on board, including one that occurred in front of his own mother. It says here, according to plaintiff, on another occasion while Hulu was filming, defendant Sean Combs and his friend, including Young Miami, were playing a game called Carisha Please. Defendant Sean Combs was dared to expose himself. At that point, defendant Sean Combs stood up, pulled down his pants, and exposed himself. Plaintiff was standing beside the table and heard the commotion. Defendant Sean Combs' mother was sitting beside him. Plaintiff then returned to the pantry and refused to stand by outside of the pantry for the duration of that service period. Wow, so Diddy shows off his bits in front of his mother. That's wild. Not a picture I want to think of. So Grace says she suffered mental and health issues and lost her job from the event. Grace is seeking unspecified damages. Wow, Diddygate is insane, especially the part where Cassie was playing in the background. What do you guys think? Sound off in the comments below. I can't wait to read your comments, and don't forget to subscribe by hitting my face here.